Zinzi here, still at the Zambia International Trade Fair 2013. And right now, I am at the Road Transport and Safety Agency. Now, most of us think road transport, we think traffic, rules and regulations. But that's not all, and we're going to go inside and find out more. Well, as you can see, I'm all geared up and ready for business. I'm going to be talking to Mr. Mangolwa, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about the history of the agency. Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you, as you can see. So everybody knows about the Road Transport and Safety Agency, but maybe you can give us a little bit more history on the agency.
Right, the Road Transport and Safety Agency is a statutory body that was formed by an Act of Parliament, the Road Traffic Act number 11 of 2002. Among our functions is to regulate traffic, register motor vehicles and drivers in the country. We are also responsible for international protocols with other countries. We also collect revenue on behalf of central government through road user fees. There are a number of road user fees we're referring to here. We're referring to road tax, which motorists have to pay. We are talking about fees that are paid for driver's licenses, fees that are paid for motor vehicle registration.
And where does all this money go? Because we're paying. Where does this? I'm sure people want to know. They pay this money. Where does it go?
This money is collected on behalf of central government. Mm-hmm. So this is handed over to government, and government decides how these monies are supposed to be used. Part of this money obviously has to go to the road fund, yes, where it's used for the construction of road infrastructure. It's used for the rehabilitation of roads in the country.
Okay. Any projects that you guys are currently doing? Anything special that you'd like to talk about?
In recent months, we've had a number of accidents. Very fatal accidents happening in the country. So as an agency, we've also thought we'll have to enhance our publicity campaigns. So we've been carrying out road safety publicity campaigns all over the country. We've been to different parts of the country running these programs. What we're doing is now we are distributing the highway code, which we're giving to members of the public for free, in an effort to ensure that the public access this information on road safety as much as possible. Again, we know that sometimes the issues of the state of the motor vehicles may contribute to these road traffic accidents. Yeah. So we thought we should also improve our motor vehicle examination systems. So we have procured equipment that is going to be used to examine motor vehicles. We are going to move away from a system where an individual has to do the examination. Instead, the motor vehicle will be driven into this equipment, plugged into computers, and then the results of that examination are just printed. We want to run away from a situation where an examination is subjective to the individual who is doing that particular motor vehicle examination. Okay,
fantastic. Another question. Maybe there are some tips and maybe important factors that you could give viewers out there, that maybe your motto, your vision as the Road Transport and Safety Agency, that you could tell people?
What we really want to do is to ensure that we bring down the number of accidents that are happening in the country. That's our main vision, and that's a part of our strategy, to ensure that the percentage really goes down to what is happening now.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the programs we're putting together are targeting to ensure that we bring down the number of accidents that are happening in the country.
Do you also teach school children about road safety, how to cross the streets, the basics like that?
What we've done is we've introduced what we call road safety clubs. Okay. These clubs have been introduced in a number of schools all over the country, and we're using these clubs to impart knowledge on road safety to school-going children. We're also training wardens. These help the school children cross at busy junctions.
Are you guys also builders? What's going on here at the back?
What we're trying to show here is a traffic situation. What we have in the background there is what we call a roundabout.
Okay.
We know most people who are driving sometimes do not understand how to use the roundabout. Mm-hmm. So people are passing through the stand. We're trying to demonstrate to them how they're supposed to properly use the roundabout.
I know, I'm one of them. I'm guilty of that as well. Sometimes I just keep going. Okay, so we'll have a look at that in detail, and perhaps we can also just talk a little bit more about the purpose and the agency's functions that you've got here on the board. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so how does it work?
Okay, what we have here is an example of a road situation. This is depicting a circle, or commonly it's known as a roundabout.
Okay.
So what I'm trying to show the road users is the right way to use a roundabout.
Okay.
For instance, I'll give you an example of,
There's Zinzi, yes.
of a motor vehicle coming down the Flabo Bridge. As it enters the circle, the driver has to know which lane is the right one for him to take if he's going to leave the roundabout at the next 10. So it means if you're going to join the roundabout and you're going to leave the roundabout at the next 10, then you have to take the outer lane, which is this one.
Okay.
It'll make it easy for you to
Instead
leave,
of getting onto this one,
yes,
and then now suddenly trying to get
yes,
there. Okay.
But if you're going to take the next one, the second one, it means you're able to go around, go through to the inner one. But as you approach the exit, you start leaving the inner lane and take the outer lane for you to exit the roundabout. So these are mistakes which most drivers make.
Yeah.
Drivers sometimes will take the inner lane and enter the circle, whilst they know that at the next exit they want to leave the roundabout. This could create a conflict, because as the other motorists who's coming there might be proceeding to the next 10, and you're also leaving the inner lane to exit.
And this obviously all ties in with the agency's functions and obviously your purpose, which is...
Yes, these are situations we look at when we regulate traffic.
Yeah.
In a traffic jam, for instance, people would want to take the shortest way out, so they wouldn't follow those rules. So as regulators, those are the areas we need to look at. Again, when we come to driver testing, these are the issues we look at. When someone is being tested, we'll look at how the person is going to handle a roundabout, for instance.
Okay. Well, now you know, so you can't say that you didn't get a good lesson from us. I, for one, have learned a lot from you. So thank you very much, and catch us next time.